A maintenance team has been assigned to inspect the inside of a large process vessel. The vessel appears empty, and the worker believes the job will only take a few minutes. Without testing the atmosphere or obtaining a permit, he starts climbing inside. Just as he reaches the bottom, he begins to feel dizzy and collapses. A second worker instinctively moves toward the opening to help, but the supervisor immediately stops him. Entering a confined space without proper control can turn one victim into two. This is why confined space entry is one of the highest risk activities in the industry. In this video, you will learn what a confined space is, why confined spaces are dangerous, the hazards you may encounter, the complete safe entry procedure, common mistakes, and the best practices that help workers to return home safely. Confined space is not simply a small space. It is an area that is large enough for a worker to enter and perform a work, has limited or restricted means of entry or exit, and is not designed for continuous occupancy. Some confined spaces may also contain hazards capable of causing serious injury or death, making strict entry controls essential. Confined spaces exist in almost every industry. Common examples include storage tanks, pressure vessels, pipelines, manholes, underground chambers, silos, process equipment, pits, and large ducts. Every workplace should identify its confined space and establish proper entry procedure before work begins. Not every confined space is immediately dangerous, but every confined space has potential to become dangerous. Before anyone enters, we must first understand the hazards that may be present inside. The greatest danger of confined space is that many hazards cannot be seen, smelled, or heard. A confined space may look completely safe from outside while containing an atmosphere or condition capable of causing serious injury or death within seconds. This is why every confined space must be treated as potentially hazardous until proven safe. Normal breathing air contains approximately 20.9% of oxygen. When oxygen level falls below safe limits, workers may experience dizziness, confusion, unconsciousness, or death. Too much oxygen can also be dangerous because it greatly increases the risk of fire and make combustible materials ignite much more easily. Confined spaces may contain toxic gases such as hydrogen sulfide or carbon monoxide or flammable vapors that can ignite if an ignition source is introduced. These hazards are often impossible to detect without a properly calibrated gas detector. Now, here is the thing. Atmospheric hazards are not the only concern. Confined spaces may also contain moving equipment, electrical energy, pressurized system, hot surfaces, slippery floors, poor lighting, excessive noise, falling objects, or restricted escape routes. Every hazard must be identified before the entry begins. Some confined spaces contain materials that can suddenly surround or bury a worker, such as powders, liquid, or flowing products. Another common cause of fatalities is an attempted rescue by untrained co-worker. Many confined space incidents involve multiple victims because someone entered without proper rescue equipment or training. Now, understanding the hazard is the only first step. The next step is learning how to control those hazards before anyone enters the confined space. Let's walk through the complete confined space entry procedure from planning to safe completion. Every confined space entry begins with proper planning. Before anyone approaches the confined space, the job must be reviewed, hazards identified, and the necessary safety documents completed. This normally includes the risk assessment, job safety analysis, last-minute risk assessment, and the confined space entry permit. Before entry begins, Every hazardous energy source connected to the confined space must be isolated. Electrical systems, mechanical equipment, steams, compressed air, process lines, and any material that could enter the space must be safely isolated and locked out. This prevents unexpected movement, energy release, or the introduction of hazardous substances during the work. Atmospheric testing is one of the most critical steps in confined space entry. Before anyone enters, atmosphere must be tested for oxygen concentration, flammable gases, and toxic gases. Because different gases settle at different levels, the testing should be performed at the top, middle, and bottom of the confined space using a calibrated gas detector. Once the atmosphere has been confirmed safe, the entry area must be prepared. Ventilation should be provided when required, barriers installed to control access, emergency rescue equipment positioned, and communication methods confirmed. Every entrant should wear the required personal protective equipment and a full body harness when retrieval equipment is a part of the rescue plan. Every person involved must clearly understand their roles and responsibilities. Authorized entrant perform the work inside the confined space. The attendant remain outside all the time and continuously monitoring the entrant and maintaining proper communication. The entry supervisor verifies that all requirements have been met and authorizes the work to begin. But safety does not end once the worker enters the confined space. The atmosphere should be monitored as required by the task and conditions. The attendant continuously observe the entrant, maintain communication, and prevent unauthorized entry. Any unsafe condition develops, the entrant must leave the confined space immediately. After the work has been completed, the entrant exits the confined space, tools and equipments are removed, the space is inspected, and the entry permit is formally closed. Lockout tagout devices are removed only after all the work has been completed. Everyone is accounted for and the equipment is ready to return to the service. Even when the correct procedure is available, confined space incident still occurs because basic safety rules are ignored. Let's look at some of the common mistakes and how to avoid them. Mistake number one. One of the most serious mistakes is entering the confined space without testing the atmosphere. Confined space may contain oxygen-deficient air, toxic gases, or flammable vapors that cannot be seen or smelled. Never assume the atmosphere is safe. Always test before entry and continue monitoring as required. Mistake number two. Every confined space entry requires an attendant who remains outside the space, maintain the communication, and respond according to the emergency procedure. The attendant must never enter the confined space to perform a rescue unless he is properly trained, authorized, and well equipped. Mistake number three. Another critical mistake is beginning the work without an emergency rescue plan. If something goes wrong, every second counts. Rescue equipment should be ready before the entry begins, and the rescue team must understand their responsibilities. Now, let's review the complete confined space entry process. Plan the work, complete the risk assessment, job safety analysis, and last-minute risk assessment, and confined space entry permit. Isolate all hazardous energy using lockout tagout. Test the atmosphere. Prepare the entry with ventilation, barrier, and rescue equipment. Assign the entrant, attendant, and the entry supervisor. Continuously monitor the atmosphere and communication throughout the work. And finally, exit safely, close the permit, and return the equipment to the service. Remember these key principles every time when you enter a confined space. Never ever enter without a permit. Always isolate hazardous energy. Test the atmosphere before the entry and monitor it throughout the work. Ensure an attendant remains outside. Prepare for emergencies before anyone enters, and never attempt an unauthorized rescue. Confined space entry is one of the most hazardous activities performed in any industry, but it can be completed safely when correct procedures are followed every time. Planning, atmospheric testing, energy isolation, communication, and emergency preparedness are the keys to protect every worker. Thank you very much for watching Safety with Zahid. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your colleagues. Stay safe, work smart, and remember, no confined space entry should begin until every required control is in place.